Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to another album ranking. Back on track now after doing Neil's birthday top 10. And we've now reached Rod Stewart's 2000's, which means we are at part 7. Now, this decade, very successful for Rod, but a lot of fans were not happy with this decade because it was all about a certain bunch of albums. But he released 7, and out of them 7 there was only, I think, one that was a full album of his original stuff. So again, I'm not keen on this period, to be quite honest. But, you know, he made a lot of money during this time. And some very popular albums with the general public. But some of the fans weren't too impressed. So, you had 7. So, coming in at number 7, this is the first album of the new millennium as well. And it was his 19th in total. And it is Human. Lots of people playing on this, but there are 2 people. Prominent Slash plays guitars on track 1. And Mark Knopfler does a guitars solo on track 6. So the first track is the one that Slash plays on, and it's called Human. I like the guitars. I think they're really good. It's got Slash on it, but I don't like the drums. I don't know, it just didn't seem right. It's okay though, I don't mind it. Smitten. Now this is a good track. It's written by Macy Gray. It was one of the contributors. One of the battle tracks on here. The drums are okay. It's a great vocal from Rod. I do like that one. Okay, then we have a track called Don't Come Around Here with Helicopter Girl. Who the hell that is, I wouldn't know. It's okay. Never heard of this Helicopter Girl. Then we have a track called Soul on Soul. I just don't like it. I just it's the drumming. I don't like this modern style drumming. Why can you, do what you're good at, Rod? Don't muck about too much. Then the next track is called If I Had You. I do struggle with this. It's the drums again. It doesn't sound right for me. Then Charlie Parker Loves Me. It's not too bad, that one isn't. Then we have a Curtis Mayfield song. It was Love That We Needed. Probably one of the worst covers Rod ever done for me. I just don't like it. To Be With You, I like this. It's my favourite track on here. This has got a proper drummer. It's a proper rocky Rod track. Back Into Your Arms again. It's not too bad. I can cope with that one. I Can't Deny It. Very poppy. I just didn't like it. Okay, this album, I just didn't connect with it. And I just thought it was a little bit, I don't know, going through the motions. I don't know. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 3 out of 10. Okay, coming out number 6. Now, this is the first of the American Songbook albums. It Had to Be You. It was the 20th overall and his second of the decade, and it was released in 2002. So these are all old songs from the American Songbook. I'm not going to spend too much time on them because, to be quite honest, they all sound the same. On this one, you've got You Go to My Head. Then you've got They Can't Take That Away From Me, which was written by George Gershwin. The Way You Look Tonight, a Dorothy Fields thing, pretty good. It Had to Be You. Now, this is my favourite track on here. It's a great song. And Rod does a great version of it. There's nothing wrong with Rod singing on this. I just find them a little bit same thing. That Old Feeling, These Foolish Things, The Very Thought of You, Ray Noble's song, Moonglow, written by Eddie DeLange. Very good song, very good version. I'll Be Seeing You, I like that as well. Every Time We Say Goodbye, a Cole Porter number, does that really well. The Nearest of You, which is a Hoagie Carmyle track, really good. For All We Know, not too bad. We'll Be Together Again, That's All. It's okay. It's pleasant. So I'm going to give that one an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. Coming in at number 5, this is the 4th album of the decade, and it's volume 3 of the American Songbook, Stardust, released in 2004. This one starts off with a George Gershwin number, Embrace You, pretty good. The Sentimental Regan's okay. Blue Moon, which is a great version, and it features Eric Clapton, pretty good. I do like that version. What a Wonderful World, a great song with Stevie Wonder on it, pretty good. Stardust, pretty good. Manhattan with Bette Midler, it's okay. So Wonderful, the Gershwin numbers, not too bad. Then we have Isn't It Romantic, it's okay. I Get Started, a Vernon Duke and Gershwin, but not for me, it's okay. A Kiss to Build a Dream On. And then he does a wonderful duet with Dolly Parton on Baby, It's Cold Outside. I love that track, and I like that. Night and Day, Cole Porter song, absolutely brilliant. And then he ends up with a wonderful rendition of A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. Just reminds me of the Second World War, that does. It's okay again. What can you say? They're just nice tunes done well by Rod. So I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 4, the 3rd album of the year of the decade, 21st of his career, and it was released in 2003, and As Time Goes By. We start off with the wonderful Time After Time on this one. I'm in the Mood of Love, another good track. Don't Get Around Much Anymore, Duke Ellington, really good. Bewitched, Bothered and Bewildered, a duo with Cher, not the best track on there, I'm afraid. Till There Was You, I love that, it's one of my favourites on here. Until the Real Thing Comes Along, it's okay. When or Where or When, it's okay. Smile, co-written by Charlie Chaplin, believe it or not. My Heart Stood Still's okay. Another George Gershwin number, Someone to Watch Over Me, wonderful. As Time Goes By, a great duo with Queen Latifah. Didn't realise how good she could sing. I've Only Eyes for You, great little track that is. I Love You So, Here to Stay, another Gershwin. Again, it's very good. That's absolutely delightful to listen to, but we've now got 3 albums. I don't think we needed to do 3 albums, or they just release it as just one box set and be done with it. Okay, coming in at number 3, we have the 5th one of the decade, and it's the 4th in the American Songbook. There are 5, and the other one comes next time. And it's Thanks for the Memory. This was released in 2005, and it's his 23rd album overall. The first track is a version of I've Got a Crush on You, a Gershwin thing, and he does it with Diana Ross. It's really good. I really like that version of it. It's great. I Wish You Love, another great song. And then my favourite on here is he does with Chaka Khan. It's a Sam Cooke number, You Send Me. Best song on here, and I'd say it's the best of all these American songbooks. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Long Ago, Far Away, that's a really nice version of that. Making Whoopee with Elton John, it's okay. My One and Only Love with Roy Hargrove, very good version of that. Taking a Chance on Love's pretty good. My Funny Valentine's pretty good. I Got My Love to Keep Me Warm, it's okay. Nevertheless, I'm in Love with You featuring Dave Koz, pretty good. Blue Sky is wonderful. He does Let's Fall in Love with George Benson, which is okay, and that's Thanks for the Memory. I think out of all them albums, this is the best. I think it's because there's more variety. You've got a lot of duos on here, and I think of the 5 albums, this is the best one. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5.4. Okay, coming in at number 2 was his 25th album of all time, the 7th of the decade, and it's called Soulbook, and it was released in 2009. And basically, he's doing all soul songs. So the first one he does is The Same Old Song, great version. Then he does with Stevie Wonder, My Cherie Amour, which is pretty good. One of my favourites on here is he did a duo with Mary J. Blige, and it's You Make Me Feel Brand New. Very good version. It's the best track on the album. Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher. Brilliant version of that. Tracks of My Tears featuring Mr. Smokey Robinson. Very good. Let It Be Me, a duo with Jennifer Hudson. Very good. Rainy Night in Georgia is fantastic. What Becomes of the Broken Hearted, I'm not keen on that version. Love Train's great on here. You've Really Got a Hold on Me, really good. Wonderful World, again, really nice. If You Don't Know Me By Now, great version of that as well. Just My Imagination, pretty good as well. It's okay. I quite like this. It's got a bit more oomph to it. Some great covers on this. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 5.5. But my favourite album of the 2000s, it is again a covers album, and it's called Still the Same. Great rock classics, and it's the 24th album, and it was released on October the 10th, 2006. They decided after the success of the songbooks they did to do this. Starts off with a very good version of the CCR track, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? He does it very, very well. Fooled Around and Fell in Love, Elvin Bishop song, really good. I'll Stand By You, stunning. He does that very well. Still the Same, a Bob Seger number's pretty good. It's a Heartache. Anyone that can sing better than Bonnie Tyler is thumbs up for me. Day After Day from Peter Ham's pretty good. Missing You, the John Waite number, it does a great version of that. Father and Son from Cat Stevens, not the best version of that, I'm afraid. The Best of My Love, the Eagles number's okay. I'm Not For You, a good version of a Bob Dylan. He's always done great versions of Bob Dylan songs. Love Hurts, great version of that. Sings it in the rugged way as well. And then the best song on here is a David Gates song, Everything I Own. Wonderful song. It's all about his dad, and it's not a Labby Sifri song, as everyone keeps thinking it is. It's not. This is a David Gates song. It's a beautiful song. It's my favourite on here. And we end the album with Van Morrison's Crazy Love, and he does a fantastic version of that as well. As I said, this decade was quite disappointing, even for me, but this is a pretty good covers album, so I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. So there we go. That's the 2000s. It wasn't a very productive one, really, but next week is the final part, and we're going to look from 2010 to the very present day, up to the album that he released this year with Jules Holland. Okay, coming up next is A Perfect Side, and it's another request, and we're going to look at the debut album from The Cars, called The Cars. So join me for that. Bye for now.